Hey everyone, today I'm going to be covering the ins and outs of sequences. So a sequence is basically an automated drip campaign within Slant. So you can tell AI the type of sequence you're wanting to do, and then it will create that sequence for you. And once it's created, you can go in and edit it. So I'm going to walk you through that process. You'll start in the Sequences tab, then click New Sequence. Here you can give it a name. So the one that I've already made, but I'll show you what that will look like is scouting LinkedIn dentist prospect to client. So these would be like a list of people I found from scouting through LinkedIn that are dentists and their prospects, and I want to turn them into clients. And then I'm going to tell the AI what I want the sequence to look like. So it says here, who is the sequence for? What is the ideal outcome? What kind of steps should we include? So here's the message I have. This is for dentists age 50 plus who've owned their practice for at least 20 years. The goal is to book a meeting and discuss their retirement plan, include 3 short emails, each giving a direct, quick reason retirement planning matters, and ask directly to schedule if they haven't responded. After all 3, create a task for me to call them. And I can click create sequence and it'll do that. I already created it, so I'll just show you here what that looks like. So we have hi, and then it'll be the first name of the person. To add that first name, or if you want to adjust it, then you just add this bracket and it comes up with different options. There's lots of different variables you can do. Here's the email, it has your calendar link, and it'll have your signature. You can attach files if you want. This is on day 1. And then also on day 1, it'll create this task. Then day 5, it'll send another email. Day 11, it'll send another email. Day 18, it'll create the task to call. All of this is adjustable if you want. So you can move the step to be, instead of day 1, you could have it be day 2, day 3, however you want to do that. You can also add steps if you want there to be more steps. You can choose between email or task and how many days in. And a cool thing about sequences is that it will only send on weekdays, and it'll pick the ideal time of day according to the type of sequence that it is. That's just an AI decision, the time of day that will be best received. So there's one option. You can use sequences to find clients, but reach out to prospects who you would like to have become clients. Another option is this other one that I made, which is annual review scheduling. So you could do it for something like this, where, hi, client first name, it's time for your annual review. Please schedule with me. Here's your scheduling link. Create a task to review the notes. Another email, or another task, call for a review. Another cool thing about sequences is if the person you're emailing responds to an email, then they'll automatically be taken off of that sequence, or if they schedule a meeting with you. That way, once they've scheduled a meeting with you or responded to an email, they won't keep getting those emails. The only thing to keep in mind there for things like client reviews is that if one of your clients was to email you about something non-related to the annual reviews, they would still be taken off of the sequence. So it's ideally more for the first use case that I showed, but it can still be used for client reviews if you're aware of that. Then I guess I can show how to add someone to a sequence. So once you have a sequence created, then you can go to your prospects or your clients, but I'll go to my prospects. I'll select my 2 fake prospects here. And then down here at the bottom, there's the black bar that comes up when you select people. Then you can click the 3 dots and add to sequence, choose which sequence you want. So I'll do the scouting LinkedIn. Now I pick which email I'm sending from, and then I can do add household, and then they will be enrolled in that sequence. Once you've enrolled people in a sequence, you can see here on the sequences page if it's active or inactive. You can activate or deactivate it right here. And then you can see how many people are enrolled in your sequence, the total enrollments, the last enrollment, all good information there. And then finally, if you're wanting to unenroll someone from a sequence for whatever reason, you would just come to the sequence, go to enrollments. Here's the fake client, and then you just click exit. That'll take them off the sequence, and then you can delete the history if you want. If you want to delete the whole sequence, then you just come here to settings, delete sequence, and that'll delete it. And that's everything for sequences.